If there's one thing 2025 has taught anybody who is willing to learn, is that putting yourself out there in this time and age is literally the fastest way to be financially free. Yes. And in this video, I'm going to hold you by the hand and drag you out of that shy nonsense into a place where you can finally start putting yourself out there and changing your financial story. But before we start, let me tell you a story. When I was in the university, there used to be this girl. I won't call her name. Let's just call her Nancy. That wasn't her name though. So Nancy used to come to those hostel and sell thrift, thrift. She used to sell thrift. So then, people should be going around rooms by rooms trying to market her product. And many people would know, some people would buy, some people would not buy. But this girl, she would put it on her head. I mean literally, like she would take it and put it on her head and go like room by room trying to sell her product. And I can tell you that right now, this girl has one of the biggest boutiques in Abuja. And not just that, she's constantly going to China, going to Dubai, buying stuff, dresses, and coming to sell in Nigeria. Now, this is because this girl conquered shame. Yes. Because many people would be like, no, why would I carry this stuff on my, like, she literally carried it on her head. I'm not joking. I don't mean this figure. Literally, she was doing that. Many people will be like, why would I do that? I'm ashamed that I can't do that. Now, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just trying to tell you that many people that I know who have made it in life have conquered shame. Apart from those who were born into wealth or those who somehow stumbled upon wealth, those people who have struggled, those self made millionaires, they conquered shame early in life. Now, if you want to become financially free in this year, or at least begin the process, you have to conquer shame. I cannot tell you this enough. If you have been consistent on TikTok, you see many people who have literally come from 0 to 100 in 1 year just by consistently putting themselves out there. That's because they conquered shame. Because if you go to the early videos and you see the comments, oh my God, aggressive. People will say all sort of things. Oh, you're fat, your teeth is ugly, your head, you everything people would say. But because these people they felt like, what do I have to lose? I need to make money. And look at them now. They've made a lot of money. So you need to get to that mindset where you're like, what do I have to lose? Think about your life. Think about where you are now. If you urgently need $5,000, can you get it? The answer is no. Then why are you shy? No, like why are you shy? I feel like wealth, sorry, a shame or whatever, timidity should be something a luxury for the wealthy, because they can afford to be shy. You who is struggling, who don't even know where your next meal is gonna come from, or who don't even know what you're gonna do, or how you're gonna pay your fees, how you're gonna pay your rent. Why are you shy? Now, I'm not saying you should go online and embarrass yourself like many people are doing. I'm saying you should conquer shame, find value, learn something, do something of value, and then put yourself out there. Let us see your value. I always give an example of this woman on TikTok, Debbie and family. When Debbie started TikTok, oh my goodness. People would call her all sort of names, call her husband names, call her even her children. People were so mean. But this girl was determined. She was like, I go nowhere. But if you see Debbie and her family now, they have transformed in a way that if she did not continue putting her family out there, there's no way they could have gotten there. Now, I'm not God, I don't know the future, but I can tell you that the way the family was going, there was literally no way they would have made it out of that rod if not for Debbie putting themselves out there. Now, everybody cannot be a content creator, that is a fact, but everybody can be a person of value. So you can bring your value and come and show us your value. Now, it doesn't even have to be content. What about in the office? You're always so timid, or in meetings, you're always so shy. You don't want to talk, you don't want to step on anyone else's toes. Well, how is that working out for you? Not great, I'm sure. Yes, it can never be great because people who are shy don't get anything done in life. Nobody even trusts them with like quality work. Okay, here's an example. You have a company, right? You're an MD, and you want to give like a sensitive position, maybe like chief financial officer or something like of value, something serious. Would you give the, oh, I'm so quiet, I'm so shy person that has like a CFA, an MBA, but he's so timid and can never put himself out there? Or would you give someone who doesn't have those stuff but is confident and bold and you just know that this person can get the job? Who are you gonna give? I'm telling you, you're going to give the confident person because success is more than just having qualifications. It's about confidence, putting yourself out there. People should see you as an authority. Many people can like confidently say the wrong things, and people are going to buy into the vision because there's something about confidence that just sounds like the truth, even when it clearly is not. So being shy does not just rob you of an opportunity to be given like quality responsibility. It also robs you of the beauty of confidence. Something attractive about confidence. I'm not talking of like being confident for no reason. That's arrogance. Nobody likes that. But there's something about being confident that gives you some kind of asset, some kind of respect. You're gonna lose it when you're shy because nobody's gonna take you seriously. Another reason why being shy is so detrimental is that you want me to buy into you when you clearly do not believe in you. Because if you're shy, it's usually because you don't believe in you. What that means is if you think that you're all that, then you want to put yourself out there. Because if you believe that you're something special, you're gonna want to put yourself out there. So you not putting yourself out there. Now I'm not talking about content. I'm talking about putting yourself out there like as a person, at work, in the market, in the office, in your family, with friends. Putting yourself out there is a sign that you believe that you're important. Like you believe that, oh, I'm special, I'm all that. Not putting yourself out there is indirectly saying, I don't know if I'm that good, I don't know if I'm that attractive. The thing is, even if you're not attractive, I can guarantee you that you're not the most unattractive person alive. And even if you were the most unattractive person alive, what people don't understand is there's different kinds of beauty. Beauty is not just physical, there's also mental, there's also the beauty that comes from eloquence, there's also the beauty that comes from confidence. Yeah, you can be unattractive, but very confident, not in an arrogant way, not arrogance at all. If you're confident, you can see pass out as attractive. And there are lots of people who are like attracted to confidence. So if you think you're unattractive, why don't you explore your other forms of attractiveness? And confidence could be a good option. Now, this video is mostly about people who are struggling financially and are shy. Because the entire point of this video is to take you from struggling financially to at least the process of starting to build wealth. And the only way you can do that is to leave shame behind. Like, who even invented shame in the first place? It does nothing for you. It does nothing for anybody. Now, the people that you're even ashamed of, people that you're saying, oh, I don't want them to look at my videos. I don't want them to feel like I've stepped on their toes or something. I mean, of course, in the beginning, they're going to, probably say bad things about you and insult you and all that. But when you push through all of that and you succeed, these same people are going to want to associate with you. They're going to want to say, oh, I know that girl. Oh, I know that boy. Because now you're a success and everybody loves success. So why don't you just like forget all of that and push through it? And these same people who you think are going to insult you are going to come around and begin to want to claim association. And besides, if someone feels offended by you putting yourself out there, that sounds like a them problem. I don't see why that should even affect you. I mean, if anyone is offended by me like creating content or putting myself out there, that sounds like a them problem. I don't know what I'm going to do for them. There's nothing. I don't want to do anything for them, even if I could, because I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not going around insulting people or doing anything. So if anyone feels offended, regardless, well, that is their problem. So why should that make me not put myself out there? People that you're so ashamed of. Let me ask you a question or a few questions. Do they pay your bills? No? Okay. Do they pay your rent? No? Oh, okay. Well, do they feed you? No. Oh, okay. Well, if you were stranded and you needed like a large sum of money, would they be available? Would they give it to you? No? Okay. So why do you care what they think? Even if they would give you the amount of money, it would be a loan. They're gonna have to pay you back. They're not gonna give you the money and say, "Take, I give you as a gift." Even if they give you as a gift today, are they gonna give you a gift tomorrow and the next time and the next time and the next time indefinitely? Absolutely not. So why do you care? Why would you let the opinions of these people who don't feed you to determine your financial future? Like what I've said about last year, 2025, and how it took average people into millionaire status just by coming online and just like showing people what they can do and who they are. Why do you want to limit your financial future? Are you not tired of your life? Like, do you not want a breakthrough? Like, how long are you going to continue to live like this? Hiding, trying not to offend people, trying not to get someone. Wait, why exactly are you shy? No, like, what is the worst that could happen? Just like, what is the absolute worst? Okay, they'll call you ugly, call you fat, call you whatever. But what is the absolute worst? Nothing. Look, and the thing about life is how you present yourself is how people are going to start to believe that you are. Look at me. I'm clearly not skinny. But if I go around telling people that I'm skinny, I'm skinny, I'm skinny, it's only a matter of time. People are going to start actually believing that I'm skinny. And that is just the way life is. So when people are saying, oh, you're not funny, why are you making jokes? When you continue to make jokes, you're going to be known as the girl or the guy who makes jokes, and it's going to start becoming funny. Even if it's not becoming funny because you're funny, it's going to be funny because you're the guy who's not funny who thinks it's funny. Yeah. So, what is the issue? The only reason you think people are going to see you a certain way is because you believe low down, deep down, that you are that way. If you don't think that you're that way, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And that is even your problem. I'm talking about people who are serious about their finances in 2026. I don't want those people who are going to want to chicken out because someone called them ugly or so. Have you gone through the comment sections of celebrities? You will weep. People are so mean and so aggressive to them. But these same people are in position to help these people who are mean to them. That is because when you like shun everybody and like, I don't care, that is when you're going to make it. So, what I want you to take away from this video is to get to that point where you're like, I don't care. What is the worst that could happen? And what do I have to lose? And seriously, if you're struggling financially, what do you have to lose? Nothing. But you have like a long list of potential gains. Wouldn't you rather try that way? What exactly are you shy of? What exactly are you shy of? Please. I don't want to hear anybody who is broke saying he's shy because we're gonna have problems, okay? If you're shy, you should at least be rich. That is a luxury for the wealthy. Not you who is struggling, who don't even know where your next meal is gonna come from. Why are you shy?